people? It's your boy YUGIOH. We are back with another deck profile. This time we have a top 4 UK Open Manchester 2025 deck profile. Purely profile at that. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And we are back from YCS Vegas. It was a good event. Can't complain too much about it. Team events are always good, but let's get into the deck profile. So for this deck profile, we have a 40 card main deck count, 3 Purrely. If this card is normal summon, search summon, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can add 1 excavated Purrely spell / trap to your hand. Also place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. Once per turn, you can reveal 1 Purrely quick play spell in your hand, and if you do, special summon 1 XC monster that mentions it from your extra deck by using this face-up card you control as material. And if you do, attach the reveal card to the summon monster as additional material. This is treated as an XC summon. Then we play 2 Purrely. If this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 Purrely card from your deck to your hand, except a quick play spell. You can target 1 Purrely quick play spell in your graveyard, special summon 1 XC monster from your extra deck that mentions that card by using this card you control as material. And if you do, attach that spell to the summoned monster. This is treated as an XC summon. You can only use each effect of Purrely once per turn. Then we have, some Dark World cards. Brow, Huntsman of the Dark World. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, draw 1 card, plus another card if this card was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect. So we play 2 of these. We actually played 3 of them. Then we play 2 Purrely Sleeping Memory. The next battle or effect damage you take will become 0. Also, immediately after this, apply the following effect. Discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from your deck. A Purrely XC monster that has this card as material gains the following effects. Once returned to your opponent's standby phase, you draw 1 card. Then play 3 My Friend Purrely. You pay 500 life points, reveal 3 Purrely cards from your deck, except My Friend Purrely, and your opponent randomly picks 1 to your hand. Also, for the rest, and shuffle the rest into your deck. If a face-up Purrely XC monster you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, even during damage step, you can add 3 Purrely quick play spells with different names from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of My Friend Purrely once per turn. Then play 3 Happy Memory. Choose 1 card on the field, and until the end of the next turn, the first time it will be destroyed by card effect, it is not destroyed. After choosing the card, you can apply the following effects. Discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from your deck. A Purrely XC monster that has this card's material gains the following effect. This card can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase up to the number of Purrely Happy Memory attached plus 1. So we play 3 of these. Then we play 3 Purrely Pretty Memory. Each play gains 1,000 life points. Then you can apply the following effect. Discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from your deck. A Purrely XC monster that has this card as material gains the following effect. Once per turn, you can send 1 other card you control to the graveyard and target 1 card your opponent control. Attach this card as material. Then we play 2 Delicious Memory. Choose 1 monster on the field until the end of this turn. It cannot be destroyed by battle. After choosing a card, then you can apply the following effect. Discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon 1 level 1 Purrely monster from your deck. A Purrely XC monster that has the card's material gains following effects. Gain 300 attack/defense for each material attached to it. Then we play 3 straight Purrely Street. Your opponent cannot target Purrely monsters you control with card effects. Turn their special summon. Once per turn, if a face-up Purrely XC monster you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, special summon 1 Purrely monster from your deck or graveyard. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can target 1 Purrely XC monster on the field. Attach 1 Purrely quick play spell from your deck to that monster as material. Then we play 3 Ultimate Slayer. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to this card's activation. Send 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, then target 1 monster your opponent controls with the same card type: Fusion, Synchro, XC, Pendulum, or Link. Shuffle into the deck. Then we play 3 Dark Ruler No More. Negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls until the end of the turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, your opponent takes no damage. Neither player activate monster effects in response to this card's activation. Then we play 3 Triple Tactic Silence. If your opponent has activated a monster effect during your main phase this turn, activate 1 of these effects. Draw 2 cards, or take control of 1 monster your opponent controls into the end phase, or look at your opponent's hand and choose 1 card from it, shuffling into the deck. Then we play 2 Foolish Burials. Send 1 spell / trap from your deck to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 Foolish Burial per turn. 1 Metaphor Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Metaphor Fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or field as material. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, draw 1 card. 1 Terraforming. Add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. 1 Call by the Grave. Target 1 monster your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and if you do, until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated, as well as activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same original name. Then we play one Black Goat Laugh. Declare one monster card name. This turn, neither player can special summon monsters with that original name, except for in the graveyard. You can banish this card from the graveyard. Then declare one monster card. This turn, neither player can activate the effects of monsters on the field with that original name. You can only use one Black Goat Laugh effect per turn. One Purrely Yeet. Target one Purrely XE monster you control. Special summon from the extra deck one Purrely XE monster with a different rank by using that target as material, but return to the extra deck during the end phase of the next turn. This is treated as XE summon. Transfer its materials to the summoned monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target 3 Purrely monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them to the deck. You can only activate one Purrely Yeet per turn. Then for the extra deck. Extra deck, we play one Purrely, one Beauty. Let's get this to load up. Site's acting kind of weird. Of course, it's going to take a little minute. But I'm excited to see the Purrely deck, you know, have some kind of success for this kind of event. You know, a lot of the old decks should be able to come back and, you know, make a little splash into the meta, see how things go. But I'm really excited to see, you know, these decks come back. But alright, well, this is taking a minute. So it looks like one Purrely Beauty, 3 Purrely, I can't even see the other ones. I can look it up really quick though. Technical difficulty as always. Alright, here we go. So, one Purrely Beauty. Once per turn, you can target one effect monster your opponent control, negates the effects to the end of the turn. This is a quick effect if this card has Purrely Pretty Memory as material. Up to thrice per turn, when you activate a Purrely Quick Play spell card, quick effect, you can attach that card in the field to this card's material. You can change the battle position of one monster your opponent controls. Then we play 2 Purrely Happiness. At the end of the damage step with this card battles, you can add one Purrely card from your deck to your hand. Also, if this card has Purrely Happy Memory as material, you can have the attack of a face-up monster on the field. Up to thrice per turn, when you activate a Purrely Quick Play spell card, you can attach that card in the field to this card's material. Then you can return one spell / trap your opponent controls to the hand. You can play 2 Purrely Plump. Once per turn, you can target 2 spell / traps in your graveyard, attach them to this card's material. This is a quick effect. This card has Purrely Delicious Memory as material. Up to thrice per turn, when you activate a card, a Purrely Quick Play spell, quick effect, you could attach that card on the field to this card's material. Then you can banish one monster on the field until the end phase. 1 Purrely Noir. Once per turn, you can discard one card and target one card your opponent control, or up to 2 if this card has a Purrely Sleeping Memory as material. Return that card to the hand. Up to thrice per turn, we activate a Purrely Quick Play spell card, quick effect, you can attach that card in the field to this card's material, then set one Purrely trap directly from the deck. Then we play 2 Purrely Noir. You can also XE summon this card by using a rank 2 monster you control with 5 or more materials. Transfer its materials to this card. This card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects while it has 5 or more cards. You can detach 2 materials from this card and target one card your opponent control, or in the graveyard, place it at the bottom of the deck. If this is a quick effect, this card has a level 1 Purrely monster as material. You can play 1 Sylvan Princess Sprite. You can detach 1 XC material from this card, activate the top card of your deck, and if it's a spell / trap, add it to your hand, otherwise send it to the grave. You can send one other plant monster friend hand or face up from your field to the graveyard, then target 1 silver monster graveyard, special summon. You're going to use each effect once per turn. Then we play 1 Mirror Logic Aggregator. This is basically for the Ultimate Slayer. 1 Divine Arsenal, a Sky Sun to Zeus. 1 Travagant Arms Bursophilus. 1 SP Little Knight. 1 Garura Wings of the Resonance. Any battle damage your opponent takes from battles involving this card is doubled. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. You're going to use each effect once per turn. Then we have the other Ultimate Slayer target. If this card is special summon, you can increase or decrease the level by 1. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Pretty good card. Then for the side deck, we have 3 Artifact Lancia, 3 Ghost Sisters Spooky Dogwood. Funny fact, I had to, you know, play against, with Malice I played against Artifact Lancia turn 1, and then on the following turn I got Spooky Dogwood, which is very crazy. We ended up losing that match in time, but it is what it is. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storms, 3-dimensional fissures, and 3 Book of Moons for this deck profile. So y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Top 4 UK Open Manchester Purrely deck profile. It's your boy Yu-Gi-Oh!